focus on your duties before the rights.
Of course.
SubhanAllah, it's a beautiful point. I think that reminds me of one of the statements of one of the companions. He said something very similar, that he fears asking his wife for all of his rights, out of the fear that she might ask him for his.
Yeah, and
SubhanAllah.
actually there is a better response by the great companion Abdullah ibn Abbas. May Allah be pleased with him and his father. Abdullah ibn Abbas was the Prophet's cousin, and he's known as the Tarjuman of the Quran, the greatest interpreter of the Quran. When he came across this ayah, وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, look how he comprehended the ayah. Every man in the world, in every marriage counseling I attended and I, operated, normally the man is complaining that when he comes home, his wife is not neat. She's not dressed up nicely. She's not wearing the makeup and the perfume that he likes. But very few men realize that they too smell and they're coming from work with sweat and they just want to hug and kiss and share bed immediately, like she's supposed to be ready, but you're not ready yourself. So Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma said, I swear to Allah, I adorn myself the same way I like my wife to adorn herself for me. You like your wife to wear the makeup and to look beautiful for you, to comb her hair and to do whatever every woman does, right? You like to see her always like on the night of consummating the marriage, correct?
Mm.
You too. So this is what Abdullah ibn Abbas, how would one adorn himself like in the case of the husband? Taking a bath, combing your hair, wearing a nice perfume, brushing your teeth, things of this nature. Men, they wear kuhl, which beautifies them, like women exactly. So this is just a simple example of how the companions of the Prophet ﷺ were imitating and following the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ of becoming the best husbands to their wives, before demanding their wives to be
Yeah.
the best wives to their husbands.
So presenting yourself well, smelling nice, looking good.
Yes.
This reminds me of a joke of where the man was asking for his wife to smell good and look good, and she said she was complaining that he doesn't brush his teeth,
Yeah.
and he said that he brushes his teeth once a week, but he brushes his teeth so good that he only has to do it once a week. but subhanAllah, it's an important point that as men, sometimes, if you've been married for 5, 10, 20, maybe 40, 50 years even, sometimes you let yourself go on both sides. As they say, the men and the women, it's important to keep that nice look, the image, keep the how can you put it, the spark, as they say.
Correct.
The